What's going on, boxing brothers and sisters? Another edition of Major Key. This time we got a special Tuesday edition. Very legendary name that we bringing onto the panel. So I do appreciate the brothers' time. Obviously, like you guys know, we try to bring you the legends so they can kind of like teach you the different things if you didn't know about boxing the way it used to be versus how it is right now. We obviously trying to educate you guys on everything. And hey, no hard feelings. If you don't know, now you know. So you're going to hear it from the mouth of the people that were there, the people that are still here, the people that were relevant and are still relevant. So with no further ado, first and foremost, thank you to my panel here. We do have Coach Malachi. So much appreciation for you showing up. And of course, Mr. Troy Graham, my brother from another mother. And then without further ado, Mr. Buddy McGirt. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
All right. How's everything?
Salute to you, man. Everything's good over here. You over there in New York right now?
No, I'm in California right now, man.
Word? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Cali right now. I got a guy fighting this weekend in Vegas. So
Okay.
I'm going to Vegas on Thursday.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We're going to chop it up about that as well, as far as the boxing card as well. But for those of you that, or for those people that don't know in the comment section, obviously we have a way different way of marketing people nowadays and all of that. So a lot of people don't know exactly how old school works versus the new school. Right now you could be a YouTuber or a TikToker and make some money in the sport of boxing. But back in those days, you had to actually be, you had to put in some work. You had to get your name known. You had to have some name recognition. Fight like 4 or 5 times a year, get out there and, the hustle and bustle, pound the pavement. So with that being said, man, tell everybody what got you in to the sport of boxing. What drove Buddy McGirt to get into the sport of boxing in the first place?
Well, to be honest, as a kid, I always wanted to do something with my life. I wanted to, my main goal in all honesty was to make my mother proud of me. So no matter what I chose to do, I wanted her to be proud. You know what I'm saying? Because she was a single mom. She had 6 of us. She struggled with us, So I wanted to be able to be that one that makes sure she doesn't have to struggle anymore.
Okay.
So I tried other sports. I tried Little League football. Didn't like it. They couldn't find a helmet to fit my head. So the helmet they did have was tight. I used to get headaches. So I said, the hell with this. And then one day I walked into the recreation center in my neighborhood, and they had professional boxing, and I was sitting there watching, and a friend of mine said, hey, when can kids box? And the guy says, next week, January 17th, but you got to be 12 years old. And that was my 12th birthday. So I went to the gym that day, and here I am now.
You say that so nonchalantly, like you wasn't like 2-time champion, like you wasn't the lineal champion. You know what I'm saying? Talk about modesty, man. Come on, man. Like so give me some here. Look, so I'm pretty sure my brothers here are gonna ask you different questions and all that. So talk to me about that. About as far as the lineal championship. Because I want to start off with the first part of your career as far as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? And you gaining that off of Simon Brown because Simon Brown was actually a guest. He was one of our first guests here, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Okay.
And yeah. So talk to us about that.
Well, I can honestly say that's the hardest fight I've ever trained for. I trained the hardest for that fight. Yeah, I mean, rephrase that. That's the hardest I've trained for a fight. Sorry, was when I fought Simon Brown because I knew that Simon Brown after 6 rounds steps on the gas. And most guys couldn't step on the gas. So I said, if he does 60, I got to do 65, 70. I always got to stay ahead of him. So that was my tunnel vision that I had in my mind going into the fight. And, when you wake up some days, you just had that feeling that ain't nobody going to beat me today. You know what I'm saying? And the icing on the cake was, it's crazy. I had, for that fight, excuse me, Heavy D had a song I called Sister Sister. And I dedicated it to my mom. That's the song I came out to. You know what I mean? And she was there. She was crying in the audience. And then when I got in the ring, Lou Rawls was singing the national anthem. And my mother loved Lou Rawls. So when I saw that, I said to myself, I don't give a shit who they bring here tonight. They ain't beating me.
You know, it's funny. Before I pass it to Coach, I just have a comment. Rockman was here yesterday, like I said, and he said something. Somebody asked him a question about, you were such an underdog against Lennox Lewis, right? Like how did you feel about that? He's like, everybody else felt that way. I didn't feel that way. So it's a matter of them feeling that way. I don't care what they felt. Like, I knew I was going to win. So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, same mentality, man. But I'm going to patch it off to Coach Malachi. Introduce yourself, brother, so he knows exactly who you are, and go ahead and follow up.
Yes, sir, brother McGirt, man. This is an honor to be here with you today. I'm gonna tell you. Yes, sir. My name is Coach Malachi Williams. I'm out of Miami. I have a YouTube channel called New Media Today USA Boxing. We cover nothing but boxing, no fanboy stuff, just straight boxing. We care about the sport of boxing. I have a saying, buddy, that I love the sport of boxing. I care more about the sport of boxing than I do so pushing a certain narrative or a certain fighter. So that's what we're about over there. Me and you share something in common. We are both Capricorns, and we were born on the same day, January 17th.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, I'm born January 1974. So you're 10 years.
I got you by 10 years.
I said I got Buttermilk. You're a Capricorn.
Yeah. Me, you, Muhammad Ali, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
check it out. Me, you, Muhammad Ali, Custom Auto, and Michelle Obama, Steve Harvey.
Oh, yeah, I knew about Steve Harvey. I didn't know Michelle Obama and Custom Auto.
Michelle Obama, yeah.
Oh, man. So I want to ask you a quick question. Now, back in the day when I was a fanboy, Pernell Whitaker was my guy. One of my favorite fighters. When you and him fought that first fight, I think it was 1988. I think I was 88. Maybe I was 14.
No, first 93.
93, yeah, 93. I'm 93. You're right. Sorry about that. That was a damn close fight.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It was. In my opinion, that was probably one of your best fights. In my opinion.
Thank you.
Some people say you got robbed that fight.
Yeah, they did. I knew the cards were against me when the morning of my fight, he already had signed to fight Chavez for my title. I said, what the? I said, something ain't right about this here. I mean, they fighting for my title, and I'm sitting in my room looking at it while I'm eating breakfast.
And we know how the sport of boxing can be. I was my fault. I had got it confused with when you fought Mildred Taylor in '88.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. So yeah, so when you fought Pernell Whitaker, how difficult it was for you to prepare for him, being that he was a very slick fighter, and how would you? Because in that first fight, you didn't have the difficulties with him that a lot of fighters had prior to you fighting him. You know what I mean? It was I don't know what it was. It was like
my strategy was this. I wasn't worried about Pernell. I was worried about Georgie Benton, his trainer.
Oh.
Georgie's a master. So I said to myself, when I fight Pernell, I got to make Pernell feel like he's looking in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So if he moves one way, I got to move the other way. If he does one thing, I got to do something else. I kept him on his toes. That's how I was able to do it. I mean, because I not only was fighting him, I was fighting Georgie Benton as well. Pernell had all, he had everything. You know what I mean? But Georgie just added that little extra. Georgie Benton called Pernell his masterpiece.
Wow. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that, man, because Pernell didn't have I love Pernell Whitaker, but he didn't have that punching power. But
he could punch to the body, though. I can tell you that.
He was a damn, I'm like, you was a really good inside fighter as well. And I was like, man, I don't know how you did it. I'm like, damn, man, he's taking it to my boy. Like, really?
Oh, yeah. That was my plan. And my plan was, I always believe I can outsmart any of these guys. You know what I mean? But then when I had to go against Georgia, I was like, damn, now I got to double think. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll put it to you like this. I have 6 losses in my career. Right. 4 of my losses are to guys trained by Georgie Benton.
Wow. That's kind of like Ali. I think he had like 5 or 6 losses, but 4 of them came from Eddie Futch. I think it was Eddie Futch fighters, right?
There you go, Eddie Futch. Yes, you're right. Eddie Fudge. Georgie's a student of Eddie Fudge.
Yeah, I see. I didn't even know that. You just educate. See, guys, you just educated me on something tonight. I know I'm gonna let it go around, but I have another question for you. How you was able to make the transition from a fighter to a trainer? Because you're a damn good trainer as well. But a lot of fighters, they can't make that. The older fighters, when they can't make that transition. But you do a damn good job at it. How are you able to?
It wasn't easy, but here's a funny story. The day after I started boxing when I was a kid,
Yes, sir.
I wanted to be a trainer. The day after, I said I want to be a trainer as well. So when I turned pro and when I was fighting professional, in between fights, I would be in the gym working with amateur fighters. But still making that transition is like it's hard. It's hard because you gotta understand. A lot of fighters make the transition. They become trainers, and then they get aggravated quick. And then you have to understand that we didn't pick it up quick. You can't expect these guys to pick it up quick. We forget that we was that kid trying to learn also. So once we get that in our head and understood, then we can make that transition. I seen a fighter, an ex-former champion in the gym yelling at a guy. I'm like, why are you yelling at him? He goes, man, he can't get. I said, hold it, man. The man just started. I said, you thinking that he's going to learn it quick because you think you learned it quick. No, you didn't learn it quick. It took you years. It took you years to get it. So now you're going to have to slow down and make this young man understand and show him every day until he gets it. Yelling is not going to get it done.
Yes, sir. What was it? What was it like working with RMP to Arturo Gatti?
It was fun because I had met him at a point where they said his career was over. That was right after he lost to De La Hoya, and I ran into him in the gym, and he was training for Teron Millette. So when I saw him in the ring moving, I looked at his legs. I seen that he still had legs. So I'm like, hey man, I says you can get another run at it if you listen to me. And he's like, let's give it a shot. You know what I mean? And we gave it a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna pass it, but I have one more question. I forgot the name of the fighter, so please forgive me. But you had a fighter in your corner who died.
Max.
Max. He died in the ring, not in the ring,
Yes.
but I guess he died on the way. If you
Max, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I really felt for him and his family, but I felt for you as a trainer as well. Because some people say, well, Buddy should have stopped it and this and that and yada 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 yada. I mean, it's easy to play Monday morning quarterback after the fact. If it was anything that you could have done differently, what is it that you would have done as it relates to that particular fight?
Honestly, the only thing I probably would have done was stop it one round earlier. He came to the corner and he said to me, his punches hurt. So I'm saying to myself, damn. Then when he went back out, I seen him, he was getting hit more and more. So I says, let him make it through the round, then I'm going to stop the fight. And I says, what I'll do is I'm going to ask him that, can I stop it? But my mind was already made up. I was asking him out of respect. Mm-hmm. But the crazy part is I found out after the fight, like a week after the fight, that he had problems with his brain tests in Russia.
Oh.
I found this out later that they had found something wrong with his brain scan in Russia a few years before, but they never said anything when it came to the United States.
Okay, yeah. So you was at a disadvantage with that. The reason why I asked that question is this. We saw the fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and the type of punishment that he was taking. Do you feel like that Mark Breland, and I know you know Mark Breland pretty well, do you feel like Mark Breland did the right thing by throwing the towel in?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. You see, being an ex-fighter, I'm not even going to say being an ex-fighter, being a trainer, we know our athlete. We know our fighter. So if you can see now that by round 6 or 7, this guy's stepping on the gas, getting stronger, your guy can't step on the gas. Why would you let him go out there and take punishment for what? Because I have a theory, and that theory is I'd rather you be mad at me for stopping the fight early, then your family mad at me for the rest of my life for stopping the fight too late. So if you want to be mad at me, be mad at me. It'll blow over. But you're still alive to be mad at me. You know, Deontay Wilder took, after the second round, I told my wife, this fight is over. And everybody in my house told me I was crazy. I said, this fight is over. And Mark knew it because, you know, as an old school trainer, we know we study our fighters. We know when they don't have it. You can look at them and tell, because it's like our kids. Like you can look at your son or your daughter and be like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Same thing with fighters.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, but I'm gonna pass it on to the next.
Man.
My pleasure.
Let's move it along to Troy Graham. Troy Graham in the building. What's going on, brother?
Buddy McGirt, man. I feel like a kid in the candy store. What's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Hey, I was just listening to you talk to Coach and answering that question. That's what makes you a great trainer. Number one, you have the heart for it, and you also have the eye for it, and you love what you do, don't you?
Yes, sir, without a doubt. I mean,
that's right.
The other day, me and the old trainer was in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Said, you know, you got to be crazy to be in boxing. I said,
yeah, you
both of us crazy as hell because we've been in it for over 30 years. You know what I mean?
I tell you something.
Love it.
I tell you something else. You know, you had something in common with Coach with the birthday, right?
Yeah.
Right? You have something in common with, you have someone in common with me.
Who's that?
I'm Simon Brown's godson. I'm Simon Brown. Simon Brown's my godfather. Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah. And also, you know, I trained in the same gym with Andrew Council.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So man.
You live in Baltimore or DC?
Well, no, you know, I moved from the Bronx. And then we lived in the suburb of DC, which is where I met Simon and Andrew, and now I live closer to Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah.
My uncle used to run numbers in DC back in the 60s and 70s. He was a big numbers runner. Okay,
then he probably knew my grandmother.
My uncle probably did.
She played the numbers. Yeah, man. But look, you know what? I could tell you which one of your fights is my favorite fights. And this is what happened in the fight. You got dropped. And for the rest of the fight, I think you were fighting on instinct. But you were so sharp at the time with your stuff that you won the fight. Baltazar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you were fighting on instinct after what, the second round, buddy?
Yeah, he dropped me in the second round, and then I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was somewhere, but I didn't know where I was, who I was fighting. And when I looked up and it said round 9, I said to my manager, "What the hell's going on?"
Right.
He said, "Keep doing what you're doing." I said, "What the hell am I doing?" He said, "Keep boxing them." And I went out, you know what I mean? I kept boxing them, man. But that after the second round, when I went down, I don't remember nothing.
You know what? I could tell because you were still fluid though. You were still fluid and your eyes were still clear, but you had that buzzing in your head, right?
Man, it's like you hear the buzzing, you know you're somewhere, but you don't know where you're at. It's scary.
Yes.
You don't know where you're at.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of like you had a walking concussion.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Right. I tell you how I knew that. I used to box, but I never made it pro because, you know, I actually have a defibrillator and all that, right? But I had a friend named Brian Evans, and he was my spar partner. He used to hit so hard, we got into a fight on the street with some cats. Maybe that happened. But, you know, he dented 82 Caprice with his bare hands. That's how hard the brother. Yeah. And I sparred with him that day, and he caught me pretty good, nearly sent me to the moon and all that, right? Yeah.
And man, I got hit once sparring with a left hook on the top of my head when I was 19, and the whole right side of my body was, you know, when your arm falls asleep and gets numb.
Yes.
It was like that. I would say for about 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And my trainer was yelling, "Move," but my right leg wouldn't go no damn way.
Yeah.
And I said to my trainer, "Do I got to spar that guy again?" He goes, "You spar him again tomorrow." I said, "Well, he won't hit me with that shot no more." He hit me right on the top of the head with that hook, man. I was like, "Damn." I said, "I should have went to college."
You sound like my mama right there. She told me if I didn't stop boxing.
I said, if this is what it is, I think I should have went to school, but it was too late.
Right. But I got one more, and then I'm gonna jump off and pass it to brother over here. You had an opportunity to fight Hands of Stone. Tell that story.
They said, buddy, you're going to fight Roberto Duran. And I was like, in what lifetime? Because I ain't messing with him, man. They said, well, buddy, you know, he's old. Man, listen, I am not fighting Roberto Duran. I don't give a damn if he was 60. I'm not fighting Roberto Duran. And my manager was like, are you crazy? Call me what you want to call me. You know what I mean? They always say, be careful what you ask for.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, Troy, appreciate the questions. We're going to move it along to Mr. Jet Kyle. So this is our brother from across the seas over there in Australia. He's got his own boxing gym out there. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Go ahead and plug your gym. And then go ahead and ask Mr. McGirt what you need to ask him.
Yeah, how are you, buddy? Pleasure to talk to you, brother. Just me and the family run a gym here, outlaw boxing. Yeah, not bad, my bro. Actually, I heard you talk about the fight earlier, but I'm just going to ask a question again about the Purnell fight. To me, that's one of the most skilled fights I've ever watched. I mean, there's everything in that fight. The way you're feinting, boxing on the outside, even up close on the inside. Is that one of them fights, buddy, where like you had to adjust nearly round by round in that fight because it was such? And even like you said, he had Georgie Benton in his corner. Was that one of them fights where you just had to adjust like pretty much round by round because you was both so skilled?
You had it right on the head because you never knew what he was going to bring. So that's why I said to myself, I got to try to stay a step or two ahead of him. But with Georgie, just sometimes it was hard to do. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't easy. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you could have knocked him out, man." So let me tell you something. That man is. I don't call many fighters great. Because I'm an old school guy. He's a great fighter, man. God bless him. May he rest in peace. The man was unbelievable, man. He just had such God-given talent. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, special and another incredible performance as well. I think it was mentioned as well, the Simon Brown fight. I mean, Simon Brown was one of the most feared fighters in boxing at that time. What was your game plan before that fight? How did you have in your head that you were going to fight Simon Brown? What was
I had in my head that after 5 rounds, Simon Brown picks the pace up. So I said, if he goes 1 level, I got to go 2 levels. But my also had a plan was every time I got close to him, just hit him with 1 body shot, not 2 or 3, just 1, and get out. I figure after 4 or 5 rounds of that, that'll slow him up a little bit.
Wow, that's amazing. And it really worked, bro. That's why that was an incredible performance. That was a real masterclass. I think he goes underrated, with what a performance that was.
I was a 10-1 underdog in that fight.
Yeah. Like I said, Simon Brown was really feared, and one of the pound-for-pound best fighters at the time. And you made it look pretty easy. I'm sure it wasn't, but you made it look pretty easy,
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we have the next person. We got Shelton Moore and then Rapstar, and then we bring it back around one more time. And then I know your time is limited. We're very gracious for you being here.
My pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? I know you said play it by ear. I think it sounded good. You know what I mean? So we have Shelton Moore. Go ahead, brother.
Thank you, Magic Key.
Show your camera too, man. Come on, man. It will show me the Raiders hat.
Champ, how you doing, champ?
All right, how you doing?
Man, I followed you ever since the first Frankie Warren fight, man. You're a great fighter, one of my all-time greats, man.
Thank you.
I want to ask you 2 questions. The first question I want to ask you is, who is the most complete fighter you ever been in the ring with?
Wow. The most complete now, I'm going to say Purnell. The smartest was Sal Mamby.
Remember Sal Mamby?
I fought him right after my first loss, when I lost to Frankie Warren.
Right.
I fought him 2 months after the fight, and everyone told me I was crazy. He was 39, and everybody's like, buddy, that's a bad fight. And, I believe in my heart that's the fight that turned me around as a fighter. Because he was smart, man, and I hit him with the right hand in the 8th round, and his knees buckled. So I said to myself, I'm going to get him out of there. I'm going to be the first one to stop him. And I went in for the kill, and he hit me in the liver. When he hit me in the liver, I pissed on myself.
Wow.
And we got in the clinch. He said, slow your young ass down. So I said, no problem.
Facts. I like that. I like that.
Yo, when he hit me in the liver, man, I was like, what the? I've never been hit in the liver like that.
Right.
I said, what the hell? And he said, slow your young ass down. You'll get the victory, but you're not going to get it the way you want it.
Right. Facts.
So my manager's like, you can get him out of there. Not today. I'm going to stay on this bicycle and box the hell out of him.
That's right. My second question is this, champ. Coming from the cloth that you cut from, old school. I'm 54 years old, so I know how we was raised. How do you feel about today's fighters making all these excuses for a loss?
Man, listen. I believe, you know what? I think the problem is that fighters today, they get judged by their record. So they feel if you have a loss, you're not a great fighter. And I'm like, yo, that's what makes you great is when you come back from that loss. You know, how you learn from it and become a better fighter. In my eyes, that's what makes you great. Of course, all the greats lost. At least once. All the greats lost at least once. So, I mean, Rocky Marciano retired undefeated as a pro, but in the amateurs, he lost to Coley Wallace. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even Ray Robinson lost. I mean, and a lot of people forget Ray Robinson had a 90-fight win streak. 90.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this man fought any and everybody. So today, listen, there's a lot of money. I'm happy for all of them. But I just feel like they wouldn't have made it in the 80s from the mid 90s down. The guys today wouldn't have made it in that era.
Facts. I say that shit all the time, Coach. I say that shit all the time, champ. Thank you for answering my questions, brother. Great to see you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Hey man, peace, Shelt. I mean, if you could hang around if you want. The last round is only going to be one question though for everybody. But right now, Rap Star, I think he still got his 2 questions. Rap, welcome to the building. This is our brother from over there across the pond in England. Man, don't let him blow out your ears because he's a loud dude, man, and one of the loudest people on the internet.
I was just in England, man. I was just over there.
Hey, yeah, what's happening, buddy McGirt and my brother there, Major Key? I always come and support this brother over here. It's early hours in the morning over here, buddy. Where was you in England?
I was in London.
Oh, yeah. I'm from London. How'd you like it?
Man, it was nice, but with the lockdown,
yeah,
it could have been worse. But I was with Derek Chisora, and I gotta honestly say, Derek Chisora took really good care of me.
Oh, that's nice, man. Yeah, Derek.
He made the 4 weeks there seem like 2.5, 3.
That's really nice, bro.
He treated me well. Then Anthony Joshua let me come watch him train one day. And then I had this one kid named Ozzy took me to Brixton, the Brooklyn part of England. So it was really nice and very interesting.
Oh, you went to Brixton, huh?
Oh yeah, I almost got hit by a car like 4 times. So I forget over there you guys drive the opposite way.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm glad you came over, but hopefully you'll come soon once the country gets better. You know what I mean?
Yes. I would love to come back, man. I had a great time.
Yeah, man. So look, this English brother, man, I supported you years ago. I done some research, actually. You were slightly before my time. But I remember, you had some great fights. And just like, better late than never, but some of the brothers asked the questions I wanted to ask. But I'm going to turn it different. We're going to change it. So obviously one of the questions was Simon Brown. He was one of the best. And you did show us that you were the underdog. And, people didn't give you a chance. And that's where you made your name. And you showed people that you might be an underdog, but you weren't going to be beat that day. But my other question is, some of the best fighters that you saw in that era, and you fought, rest in peace, Pernell Whitaker. And, I know you lost to Pernell Whitaker, and I think you lost to him twice, right?
Yeah.
But I would ask you, was he really that great of a fighter? Because a lot of people say, right, buddy, that this man, he had some superior skills. Was he that good?
Yes, he was. He was. If he was around today, he'd be the king. The man, he can make adjustments. You know, and that's why I always say, you know, if the corner helps a lot. I mean, like I said, he had Georgie, man. He had one of the best trainers ever in his corner. You know what I mean? And Georgie could figure you out within 2 minutes. You know what I mean? These guys were unbelievable, man. And I think those two together, nobody would ever stop it. Listen, when he fought De La Hoya, when he fought Trinidad, he was past his prime. You know, he had the alcohol problems, the little drug problems. And they still, you know, De La Hoya barely beat him. You know what I mean? He barely, personally, I thought he won the fight with De La Hoya. You know what I mean? Trinidad, when Trinidad fought him, he was nowhere near the Pernell of old. And he couldn't stop him. He knocked him down, but he couldn't stop him. I mean, there was an instance in that fight where Pernell was in the corner. Trinidad threw 20 punches and missed 22 punches. Pernell got down really low. Trinidad couldn't hit him. The man was unbelievable.
So he was the real deal. Pernell Whitaker was the real deal because you faced him yourself.
Deal,
yeah. Hey, so buddy, my other question, bro, is as you transition to become a trainer, and you know, after becoming a fighter, what not only what wanted you to be a trainer, did you want to do the job better than what you saw it was, or is it that? And you know, at that same time, what's the best fighter relationships you've had that you've seen this guy and you saw something and you took him to the top? I mean, just a couple of stories.
The best, Antonio Tarver, Vernon Forrest, and Antonio Tarver. They, the world never got to see their talent. God bless Vernon. You know, Vernon was unbelievable, but he never had that guy make him showcase his talent. He didn't have to. He always do just enough to win. Same with Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver was unbelievable, man. Very unbelievable. And as far as in my eyes, them being, you know, some of the best fighters, they were the greatest friends. I'm saying they were in the gym. If I asked them to do something, there was no why or how come. They did it. You know what I mean? They trusted me enough to say, okay, buddy, I'll do it. So guys of that caliber, if they don't give you no hard time, and today you got guys why I gotta do that? It's like it's not either do it. You see, that's my problem is that they tell me I'm too old school. I tell a guy either do it or there's the door. I'm not gonna sit and argue with you. You know, people say, buddy, you should tell him, man, I'm not gonna go through all that arguing. If you don't want to do it, then leave. That's all.
We saw you had some problems with Paulie Malignaggi a few times.
Well, you know, it wasn't. See, the problem I had with Paulie was this. He was mad at me for stopping the Ricky Hatton fight. You know what I mean? And so we speak now. We friends now, you know. He was upset at me for stopping the Ricky Hatton fight. But after I stopped it, the commissioner said to me, what took you so long? But I understand Paulie's sense because he's a warrior. You know what I mean? Don't stop it. Let it go. So, you know, I mean, but me and Paulie are cool now. I don't have no problems with Paulie. He's got no problems with me. And I understand he was mad at me about the fight. And, you know, I mean, listen, a lot of champions want to go out on their shield.
No, facts. That's a very true point. And at the end of the day, Paulie had a lot of heart. Paulie Malignaggi, he achieved two-time world champion. And, you know, Paulie, he's the most underrated fighter because he didn't have the punching power, but he had the skill.
He threw like 10,000 punches in a fight, though.
Yeah.
Word.
So, you know.
Much respect.
He was mad at me, you know, just for that reason. Other than that, me and Paulie are cool.
Yeah, all love from England.
Hey, tell everybody where they can find you, Rap, because you know what I'm saying? That's my brother.
This is Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. We out here in London. We're grinding this boxing with the brothers all over the world. And I'm just going to say this, respect to Buddy McGirt. What a warrior for the game. Fought the best, saw the game, and now he's giving it to the students of the game. So all respect, you're coming to England, chopping out with the fighters over here. So look, buddy McGirt, man, we're glad to have you in boxing. We need
Thank
people
you
like
much.
you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
yes,
I'll
sir.
catch you soon,
And
brother.
so moving along, man, it was about to go back around, but we got Lisa Bales here, the queen of the YouTube boxing community. Miss Bales, Queen Lisa, go ahead and speak your piece. I know you wanted to come up here and ask Buddy a question, so.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me cut my TV down. Yeah, thank you. I want to thank you, Mr. McGirt, for all of your contributions to boxing and being a great champion and as well as trainer. And
Thank you.
you know, it's a pleasure to have you on here and to grace us with your presence. I just wanted to say, I was I saw the work that you did with what's his name? Gotti.
Yes.
I remember you as a fighter, but I saw how Gotti changed under your tutelage and everything, and I saw him becoming more he was boxing more, and that's when I realized how good of a trainer you were. And because Gotti used to be in some wars, man. Back in the day, he was just a warrior, man.
Yeah.
He just was a warrior. But like I noticed, like he started boxing more when he got with you. He was on his toes more. He was slipping punches more. So,
Yeah.
like it's just I'm just so grateful. Like you have that old school training, about you, and you care about your fighters. Because you have to protect your fighters, like you said.
Right.
Like if you see your fighters in danger, you definitely have to protect them. So, and you have been in some classic fights yourself. Who, like you said, you said Pernell Whitaker was probably one of the best fighters that you fought.
Without a doubt, hands down.
Yeah, he was a great, like yourself, a great. And I was just listening to you talk about. I saw the work that you did with. I saw the changes with Chisora
Oh,
and
thank you.
just that little bit of time. Yeah, I was
Thank you.
amazed, and I was so sad that he lost the fight
Yeah.
because it was just such a controversial thing. And I'm so glad that they gave you love over in the UK, and
But they took really
because
good care of me. They took care of me.
yeah, because when you put love out in the atmosphere, it's reciprocated. It's reciprocal. So just thank you. I just want to come and just thank you,
Oh, I
give you your
appreciate it.
flowers.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much. Thank you.
you're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too. You too.
All right, man. And final person, Mr. Bruce Goes, also an old veteran. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to call you old, Bruce. I respect you but man, this dude done educated me on stuff, man. I thought I knew my stuff, but go ahead, Bruce. And then we're gonna bring it around the panel because my brother's time is limited, so we're just gonna get one quick question at the end. You know what I mean? So if he wants to respond with a long-winded answer, that's up to him. You know what I'm saying? but we'll bring it on, with one last question, and everybody could say their piece and give the roses at the same time. So, Mr. Bruce Goes, how you doing, man?
Thanks for the gracious intro, Major Key, Coach Sheldon Moore, Troy, Elisa. Peace to everybody. James Buddy McGirt, it's an honor to talk to you, sir. Man,
how you doing?
I've been excellent, brother. I've been watching you for a long time, and the fight that really sticks out was that fight that you had the bad shoulder in with Meldrick Taylor. Man,
No, that was Pernell.
When you lost your title.
Yeah, to Pernell, I had the bad shoulder. Yes.
Man, I saw that fight from the beginning from that shoulder, and I just said, man, Buddy's not the same fighter that he was. And man, I just my question was, why did you go into the fight with the bad shoulder against somebody who's talented?
I'm going to be perfect. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I was told my shoulder was fine. I was told my shoulder was only tendonitis, and the doctor says it's tendonitis. I'll give you a shot in your arm the night before the fight, and your arm will be fine. So I went to the hospital in Jersey. The doctor took me, and doctor's dressing room and gave me the shot on my shoulder. Now we're going to the weigh-in the night before the fight. The weigh-in was 10 o'clock at night. And we're driving through the Lincoln Tunnel. And my manager looks at me and says, if you want to pull out, you can pull out if you want. That's when I knew something was wrong. So I looked at him. I said, you know, you're doing that shit so you can have a peace of mind. But for the last 4 weeks, you've been telling everybody around me not to say anything negative about my shoulder. But you wait now until we're going to the weigh-in to tell me if I want to pull out, I could. Knowing damn well I couldn't. So then I had a lawsuit against the doctors. And I had the lawsuit damn near sealed. And my lawyer called me and says, buddy, if your manager comes in tomorrow and tells the truth, you'll be a millionaire and your kids will be a millionaire and your grandkids. I said, great. I'm thinking he's going to have my back. My manager went in there and took the doctor's side. He went against me.
Damn. That was fire, brother, man. Thank you. Wow.
You know, he went against me. And, you know, God bless him. He's passed away now. But he came to me, I would say maybe, I don't know, 10 years later. And he says to me, kid, I couldn't go on your side in that lawsuit. I'm like, why not? He said the doctor's family was the mafia and they threatened to kill my manager.
Oh.
Because kid, you know, because they was going to kill me. So I was like, all right. I mean, you know, I knew he wasn't lying about the doctor's family being in the mob. I knew that. But I didn't know that they threatened to kill him if he would have went against the doctor.
Man, you can't get much more real than that, bro.
Nah.
For real.
I mean, I knew the doctor's family was in the mob. And, you know, so my manager's, his mob boss had got killed in 1988. So he didn't have a leg to stand on. So he had to, you know, he had to do what he had to do, which, you know, I understand. I was mad for a while, though, I ain't gonna lie.
No, you could see when that bell rang that you were not Buddy McGirt going out there, man.
He told me, he goes, kid, I had to go along with it because they told me, hey, if not, they're gonna find you in the lake and the river and the Passaic River over there in Jersey.
Motherfucker. Wow.
Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, man. Great question, Bruce. Man, so look, man. So we'll go around the panel, one quick question each. My final question, and I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole with the whole mafia because we all know they was part of all of that for the longest. So we're going to skip that one right there, right? But we're going to ask you this. So as far as a trainer, because I wanted to ask you a trainer question. So as far as being a trainer, right, who would you say was the most naturally talented, where you really didn't have to do that much work, and who was the one that you had to put the most work into, where you felt like you got the greatest success out of putting in work?
Well, I got to go with Vernon, Antonio, and I got a kid I'm training right now. He's from Kazakhstan. This kid is the best fight I've had since Antonio taught me.
What's his name?
Okay, I'm going to tell you the first name. The last name I can't pronounce. But he's fighting this Saturday on ESPN. His name is Johnny Beck, and I can't pronounce his last name. So, but he's fighting. He's fighting on ESPN this Saturday on the Lomachenko card.
Okay, well, you're more than welcome to bring him through anytime in the future. I know if it's fight week, it's probably hectic, but
now,
moving forward, man,
he don't speak English.
Man, I'll pay for a translator. Trust me. Hey, we working out here, man. Listen,
all right.
I'll pay for a translator. But listen, man. So all right. So that's so you're working with him. So the best was Tarver and who else was it?
Vernon Forrest.
Vernon Forrest. Okay, and then who you feel more accomplished with as far as starting from scratch is a new guy you're working with right now.
You know, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say all the fighters I've trained because I don't want one person to feel inferior to another. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
yeah.
To me, watching them get closer to achieving their goal, especially in this business, because this business is a mamma jamma, man.
Gotcha.
This is a tough business, man. And even guys that I've seen make millions of dollars.
Gotcha.
When it's over in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people, you know, when you're done in this game, if you call somebody, they think you're calling for a favor. You could be calling just to say hello, but they think, oh, he must be broke, and it's like, yo, I'm just calling to say what's up, and I've seen it happen so many times. At one point, it happened to me. You know what I mean? So, but then when I came back and started doing my thing as a trainer, those same people who wouldn't take my call started calling me. So I said to them, look, if you want tickets to the fight, I can give you the number to Ticketron, because I ain't giving you shit. Because when I called you 5 years ago just to ask you what was you doing, you thought I was calling you for money.
Yeah.
And you told me you'd call me back, and it took you 5 years to call me back. So let's make it another 5 and everybody be happy.
Right. So, exactly.
You know what I mean? This is a tough business, man. So when I see these young kids out here making money, I try to give them as much advice as I can. But, you know, when you're young and you never had it and you're getting it, you think it's never going to end. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
but
when I try to tell a lot of these young fighters, when you retire, whatever money you have, that's it. You don't get no retirement fund. You don't get none of that.
That's what I was going to say. Those 12 rounds and those 3 months of training don't count towards your Medicare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so with that being said, man, I'll pass it off. Troy Graham is next, then Coach Malachi, and we'll bring it around one final question each person, please, because man's time is valuable, and we appreciate him for coming on. So I appreciate that, brother.
No problem.
All right, buddy. All right, I'm back to you again. All right, one quick question I love to ask all the fighters, because you have a lot of young fighters that are listening, and you have some that might be entering into boxing right now, right? What are some of the pitfalls that you could tell them to avoid, as far as how to handle your money, how to get the right manager, lawyer, just everything, you know, how to protect themselves maybe from some of the things that you've been through and some of the other fighters in the business?
My uncle told me something, and I'm going to give you 2 examples. My uncle said to me, remember this, nobody can count your money better than you. Second thing, a guy named Bobby Miles, and Bobby Miles lives in Harlem, New York. He came to me after I won my first title, and we was in a room full of people. And he was standing next to me in the room, and he was talking to me, he was congratulating me. And he said, buddy, he goes, at everybody in this room right now, who can hurt you the most? So I'm looking around the room, and I said, that guy over there. He says, why that guy over there? I said, because he don't like me. He said, wrong answer. I said, well, who can hurt me the most right now? He said, me. I said, why you? He said, because I'm the closest thing to you right now. And he walked away. And it made me, you know, it took me, I didn't get it then, I'm not going to lie. It took me a couple of years to understand what the hell he really meant. What he was telling me was the ones closest to you are the ones that can hurt you the most. And he was 200% right. And to this was in 1988. And now we're in 2021. Whenever I see him, I always thank him for giving me that advice.
You sound like a super sharp brother. He was diamond tip sharp when it came to things of the mind, man, in the world. But I just want to say, buddy, man, it's been a pleasure. And
all right, thank you.
Definitely. Thank you for coming through. And you always have a home here, man. If you want to promote that.
You got my number anytime.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. And just, you know, I got one thing we like to ask the fighters when they come on, and the trainers, whoever else. I just need you to do a drop for me. It's a simple thing we do over here at Major Keys. I just need you to say the Major Keys, key with no S, because that's my fault. Major Key is the home of great fighters and legends, much like yourself there, brother, much like yourself.
Say the Major Key is what now?
Major Key is the home of great fighters and legends.
Want me to say it now?
Sure, brother, sure.
Okay, let me get it. Major Key is the home of great fighters and legends.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, coaches. Look, man. All the other coaches on here and fans. Thank you. And next time we on, we kicking some more. Cause I can talk boxing all day.
Yes, you
Thank
can.
you, sir. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you.
My pleasure.
No
Thank
doubt,
you, guys.
no doubt,
Yes,
man.
thank you so much.
All right, babe.
All right, salute, coach.
All right.
All right. Have a blessed night.
Pleasure, sir. Salute.
All right. Much respect
Great
to you,
interview.
man.
Also, if anybody got any questions, you can hit me on Instagram. It's
Instagram.
McGirt Boxing.
Buddy McGirt. Got it. Buddy McGirt Boxing.
Yeah, and buddy, make sure you follow my boy Coach Malachi Williams because he was trying to get it. He's going to share this whole interview on his platform as well to show some light on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I'm the guy that was born the same day as you, January 17th, 1974.
Why you gotta say 74? Why can't you just say January 17th?
Hey, bro, you were 94, 74. I was 54. December also.
All
All right,
right.
man. So listen, just hit me on Instagram and DM me.
yeah, we'll catch you in the future, buddy.
My contact info. I'll do your show, no problem.
We'll catch you in the future, buddy, man. Good luck to your fighter, man. And if anything, send Troy some information, photo or something, and we'll do a little post. You know what I mean? Just to remind people that he's fighting this weekend.
You got it.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, Rick.
Take care, buddy.
Bye bye.
Take care.
Hey, my boxing brothers and sisters. It's been another edition of Major Key. You know, this time on Tuesday, but we weren't late because we were still here yesterday. But you know, yo, Coach, tell everybody where to find you. You know what I'm saying? And yo, shout out to Lisa, shout out to Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Of course, business partner, Mr. Troy Graham, always Shelton Moore, the co-host over there on Coach's channel. You know what I mean? Any final words? Just, you can say whatever you want.
Yes, sir, man. You know, first I want to say, would say Major Key Boxing is the home of great boxing legends and trainers. That's it. I'm about to do a better drop than that. Just I forgot what it was for others. But anyway,
hey. Listen, ain't you the one that dropped the belt in the trash can when they elevated you?
No.
That wasn't you. My bad.
You said that yesterday, bro.
No, that was you. That was you, man.
Hey, listen. I said, what the hell is he talking about? Bro, I can't believe you said that, bro.
Hey, you see, you showed up late, Coach. I literally said before I went on, I'm like, let me wake myself up, man. With him in the background, I was like, let me wake myself up, man. I had just woken up from a nap, bro. But that was a bad day. Yeah, that was a bad. And everybody had been watching me for like 2 years now on YouTube. No, I don't slip like that, bro. That was a bad slip on my end. But it's all right. I own it.
That's all right. Man. Hold on. Let me. You know, I'm undisputed over here.
It happens, man. Everybody make mistakes, man. It happens.
No, I'm just messing with you.
I twist stuff up too.
Yeah, man. You know, Coach Malachi Williams, man. Y'all can hit me up, man, on Instagram at Coach Malachi Williams. You can also find me on New Media Today USA Boxing. We doing. You know, I love coming over here with my big brother Major Key Boxing, my brother Troy Graham. I mean, this is phenomenal. Like, this is history in the making. Very passionate about them, do everything in my power. How did I know what to do? Thanks to my brother Mark Nash. You know, we're going to promote the hell out of these interviews because, you know, a lot of people are very uneducated in the sport of boxing. Our job is to try to bring them up to speed the best we can. And that's all we can do our part. And they'll come around when they decide to. Other than that, that's it, man. That's all I have to say.
Thanks. Everybody make sure y'all support Coach Malachi over there. New Media USA.
New Media Today USA Boxing.
No, I'm sorry, man. I always forget that today, bro. I don't know why. Yeah. New Media Today USA. And I'm subscribed, so I don't know why the hell I always forget that. But New Media Today USA, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single day, 6 days a week. What is it, Sunday through Friday?
Yeah, Sunday through Friday.
Sunday through Friday. Go make sure y'all support the brother over here. And, you know, if y'all can support us over here, we trying to build a channel. You can see what we're doing. So you see the Cash App right there, $ Major Key Boxing, trying to get equipment and make it a little bigger. But in the meantime, you know, If you can't do it, it's okay. We appreciate you just being here. Make sure you smash the like button. It's free. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna see great people like Coach Malachi with the franchise belt and the WBA diamond. You see him with the WBA diamond and the
yeah.
Hey, listen, hey Troy, tell Rockman, call Rockman and tell him I'm putting my undisputed titles. I got my WBC. You know what I mean? I'm putting all my belts on the line. I want all the smoke. Hey Troy, only thing is you're gonna have to train me. And if I get hit one time, throw the towel in.
So any words from you, Sheldon?
Hey, Magic Key, you and Troy did it again, man. Great interview. Always great to speak to a legend like Buddy McGirt. Like you said, I'm the co-host over there at New Media Today USA Boxing. They're from 12 to 2 California time. Sunday through Friday. Like I said, great show, Major. You're doing big things, man. Keep up the good work, you and Troy. And like the coach said, keep educating these youngsters on the sport that we all love.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's the mission statement here. Go ahead, Troy.
And also, please, y'all, thank you for your support, man. We headed to 300 subscribers by the end of the year.
3,
so please. 3,000. What the heck am I talking about? I'm sleepy. 3,000 by the end of the year. So go ahead and subscribe, share, and like until your fingers get numb. Until your fingers get numb. You got 9 more, so it's okay if one get numb. All right, baby. All right. Thank you.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you, Troy. And Lisa, Queen, what's going on? What you got to say? Yeah, final words.
I just want to say thanks so much for having me. Great interview with Buddy McGirt, legendary trainer, legendary fighter. I love his spirit. He's just such a joy just to be able to, listen to him. And I meant to ask him, do he have like his own gym?
Yeah, him and James Tony at the gym in California. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and James Tony got a gym in California.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to you, Lisa. I appreciate you jumping on the panel this time. And don't hesitate in the future. You're always welcome.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. But I mean, the easiest way for it to happen, because I had already some trolls trying to jump on when I sent the link for you. You know what I mean? The easiest way is majorkeyboxing@gmail.com. Just email me and I'll send it to you. That's how Bruce got up here. So,
okay.
Yeah, Bruce, go ahead, man. Say your final
Major
words,
Key, man. Bro. I appreciate it, man. All you cats out there, you see me bopping all around, man. If and Coach, man, appreciate everything you've been doing for me. Troy, Lisa, Sheldon, my brother, and you. What I've been doing for my whole life has been fitness. Coach, I've been into weightlifting, bodybuilding, nutrition, supplementation. I've been doing that for like 35 years. That was my living. Anyway, I do a show with my brother Big Duke on Fourth Quarter Talk. And then if any of you guys want to jump on tomorrow, we do it tomorrow night. We've been doing it every Monday night, but we've been taking a little break. And that's the link right there, man. I appreciate that.
What's the channel? So I'm gonna try to subscribe to it now.
Fourth Quarter Talk.
Yeah, he put it in the chat. Fourth Quarter Talk right there.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think tomorrow we're going to do some talk on lifting and supplementation and nutrition.
I got it.
But we change the subject all the time. We do men's health. We do everything from the the rooted to the tutor, man. No subjects are barred. But Major Key, man, I appreciate you letting me come on and talk to the champ. It was fucking great, bro, man. He was one of the guys that I watched growing up in the old days, Saturday afternoons, Sunday afternoons, man. James Buddy McGirt, a hero. Still seeing him in action today as a successful trainer. And I like when these people say, oh, he was a boxer too. Man, he was a freaking 2-time world champion, great boxer.
Lineal champion.
Oh,
Lineal.
Exactly, bro. But anyway, Major Key, thank you very much, all you guys. Peace and love, man.
Hey, listen, peace and love to all of you guys and everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys for always showing constant support. You know what I mean? I got a solid foundation, you know what I mean? So I prefer quality over quantity. So we're gonna keep building it, you know what I mean? And that's what is going on. Everybody already knows. So y'all have a great night. Appreciate everybody on the panel here. And we out. With that being said.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. 3,000 by the end of the year. 3,000.
Yes,
Thank everybody.